Hello guys, Michaela here, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build. Today I'm working on my own shell challenge and the deadline to that was a couple of days ago actually. So I did this a couple of weeks ago, but I wanted to wait to post it after the deadline has passed. I am yet to go through all of the entries because I'm kind of taking my time and I'm sort of in a process of studying for a big exam at the moment for school, so I'm just a bit overwhelmed with everything, but I promise I'm going to try and go through them as soon as possible and choose my favorites, which I believe I promised I'll post on my Instagram. So if you want to see the most beautiful entries, the most original entries as well, you can look at my Instagram. Hopefully it'll be there sometime this week. So I decided to build an overgrown home for I think a family of 3 in the world of Tartosa. I haven't built in the world for a while and I really like the way it looked, and kind of, I don't know, the shade that I created inspired me to create something in here. I've seen a lot of different entries on the gallery and on Instagram as well and around the social media, so it was really fun to see what everyone else kind of did with the shell and what kind of a house, what kind of style they did, and it was really cool. And that's why I love hosting room challenges and shell challenges, because you see what people can do with one shape, how different the entries can be, and I absolutely love that. So I'm definitely going to host the challenge soon. I'm probably going to wait till I reach either 1.5k here on YouTube or when I reach 15,000 followers on Instagram. Anyway, about the build. So it's built on a 30 by 20 in Tartosa. It's I don't know what lot it is, but it's by the falls in the right upper side of the map. It comes in at 55,073 simoleons, and it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house for a family of 3. So there is 1 master bedroom and there is 1 bedroom for either a kid or a teenager, because there is a single, a big single bed. So I had a headache a bit with the floor plan gave me a bit of a headache because I couldn't figure it out. At first I wanted to kind of separate the kitchen from the living space, but I just couldn't make it work so it would fit everything, and because I also wanted to include a fireplace, it took me a while to figure it out, but I ended up going with an open floor plan, which is something I do very, very often, because, I don't know, I like when spaces feel very airy and spacious and open. So yeah, this was initially supposed to be the kitchen and the rest should be the dining and living space, but I just couldn't figure it out, they said, so I just figured that I would make it one big space and kind of work around that. And up here there are the 2 bedrooms, and I also had a bit of a headache trying to figure that out, so I think I ended up putting the door into the bedrooms on the outside. So you still have to go, if you want to go upstairs, you have to go, or your Sims have to go outside to the ladder, not the ladder, the stairs that you see here. And I initially wanted to make a hallway that would be that would access both of the rooms, but I just couldn't figure out how to do that. So I decided to put doors into the bedrooms directly instead, which I've never done it before, at least I think. Maybe I did and I don't remember, but it's not something I do very often. And it felt like a cool idea. Probably not great if you live in a colder country and it gets really cold, but I mean Tartosa is a more of a Mediterranean world, so I imagine that the winters are not so harsh and cold, so it wouldn't be as weird. But if it rains, that sucks. Yeah, a fair point, but I mean it is what it is. I mean it doesn't really matter in The Sims, does it, as much? Anyway, we're working on the landscaping. I tried to keep it Mediterranean looking and kind of fit in with the style of the world, which is what I always do. So I used this base game plant, and I added a lot of like succulents and rocks, and also these like lavender bushes. I want to say I think they're lavender bushes, which I thought was really common in places like France and Spain, so I thought that it would be realistic to include them in here as well. I also used this onsen from the Snowy Escape expansion pack, which I thought was really cool, because it's, you know, it fits nicely with the rocks around it, and even though it's like not a pool or a pond, you can still use it for your Sims, which I thought was a really nice idea. So I have done my voiceovers for the previous speed builds a very long time ago, so I'm only now making time for this one and then the next one that you'll see next week, and I finally got the time to try the new expansion pack, which is the high school years, and I love the items so much. Unfortunately I did a build with it that I'm really happy about, and I was so excited about it, but unfortunately at first my computer was very laggy after the update that we got like 2 weeks ago now. So the first part of the footage that I had was a bit laggy. I thought it would kind of get lost when I would speed up the footage, but the second part of the footage, when I went to finish it like a couple of days later, I lost it for some reason. Just my computer froze, and then the recording just stopped and the file was nowhere to be found. So yeah, I did the entire interior in that video, and I just didn't want to do it again because it took me a while. It took me a lot of time to figure out what I wanted to do with it, and I just no, I didn't have the energy to redo the whole thing, so I just decided to post it as a screenshot. So if you want to take a look at those, I maybe should have posted it on YouTube as well now that I think about it, but I did post it on Twitter and Instagram, so if you want to check it out, you can check it out there, and you can download it on my gallery as well. My ID is michaelasimsyt. It's a home for a teacher, so there is a one bigger bed, but it's shoved against the wall, so you need to have the scoot over trick work for you if you want to use more than one sim. Anyway, now I am working on this little patio area. I used a lot of these like pergolas from the My Wedding Stories pack, which I thought looked really cool, and it kind of added to the look that I was going for, the like overgrown, very much planty and like warm wood kind of look. And I also used some of the items from the Werewolves game pack that came out a couple of weeks ago, especially the chairs, which I thought looked really nice with this like scheme of Mediterranean, with this like Mediterranean vibe. And now we're working on this like back porch, which I believe I turned into something sort of like a skill building area, like gardening and like this flower arranging table, and I believe I put a game table from the little campers kit as well, and I'm not sure if I added something more. As I said, I built this a couple of weeks ago, so I'm not fully 100% sure what I used, but I think those are all the things that I used here. Can't recall. Anyway, I haven't been building a lot lately. I still have a couple of builds ready to go, specifically 4 at the moment, including this one, and I'm working on one, but it's getting a bit really slow because I am studying for my geography final, which should be on the 29th of the 30th of August. So I'm kind of in study mode again, which is very unfortunate, and I hate it. Studying when it's like nice and hot outside is not great, but I did this myself, so I gotta push through it because I need to finish this exam so I could get my degree and move on to my master's program in October. So yeah. So now we've moved on to the interior, working on the kitchen. As I said, I first tried to make it like separate from the rest of the space, but I just couldn't make it work, and I decided to open it up and to the rest of the space. I went with kind of like a darker color scheme with like pops of blue and white and orange to kind of fit in with the like wood colors that I used like outside and inside and everywhere else. I also kind of struggled to figure out the window situation here because I just wanted to make it work and kind of let the light in, but yeah, it just wasn't working great. And this is where I open up the floor plan because I just couldn't figure it out. Yeah, I'm not great with like traditional builds, which are like, because people, I don't want to say people expect to have like a closed floor plan, but usually traditional homes have a closed floor plan. So I really wanted to make it work, but it was just not in my power to make it work. Which sucks because I think it would have looked really cool, but yeah, I just ended up going with what I usually go with. Yeah, I used counters and kitchen appliances from the Jungle Adventure Pack, which again kind of went with the like tropical Mediterranean vibe, and I used this fireplace from Cottage living that again really fit nicely, and I also got to use these couches from the Oasis Courtyard Oasis kit, that's how it's called, and I really love them. They are really cool, but obviously very specific style, and I don't get to use them very often, which is a shame because they're really beautiful and pretty, and it took me a while to figure out what swatch I wanted, but I think they ended up looking absolutely gorgeous in the space, and I was happy that I could use them because I think the last time I used them was probably the Moroccan apartment that I did with when the kit came out, which was maybe last year. I don't remember, to be honest, but it's been a while since I've used them for the last time, so yeah. Do you have any issues with your game lately? Because I've been having some like lag issues with mine. I mean, my laptop is almost 5 years old. It's not the greatest for gaming, but I've heard other people say that their game is laggy even when they have like new computers and like much stronger machines than I have. So I kind of hope it's not my computer. I mean, it's been relatively okay the last couple of days, but it still kind of worries me that maybe one day my computer will just say, you know, you're not playing anymore. And I'll be devastated because I'll lose my life's purpose. Games, what not games like Sims only, because I love playing Sims. It's like my creative outlet, and I would be heartbroken. So yes, I need to save up for a new computer, but it's going to take a while because I'm waiting for a scholarship that I'm supposed to, well, that I hopefully will get towards the end of the year, like in December. So I hope to use that money for buying a better computer. Or I want to buy like a desk computer and keep my laptop as well, so I could, you know, take that to school. But I want to buy something that's going to handle the game much better, and I really want to use better graphics in my game, which I obviously can't at the moment. So I would love to use a better graphics so my videos would look even better, and maybe I could start streaming as well, which would be really exciting because I love the idea of streaming. I would so love it to try, and yeah, my computer would probably burn right now. My laptop would probably burn right now if I tried. I did try a couple of months ago, but yeah, it did not go well. My computer sounded like it was about to take off, and it collapsed a little. So I'm not trying again because I'm afraid that it might die for good. So now we are working on the clutter in the kitchen. As I said, I kind of got inspired by all the colors around the house. So I used this tile from the Courtyard Oasis kit, which is like brown, yellow and blue, which is kind of the color scheme that I went with for the rest of the house as well. So there's like pops of yellow, pops of blue, pops of orange, which I thought looked really like nice with this like theme that I went with, and I think it looks really cool. I mean, it's not a style that I build with very often, but it was a nice challenge to try something different again, because I build, you know, a lot of modern homes, and it's nice to kind of get out of my comfort zones every now and then. And here I am I'm working on the master bedroom, and I use the couch that I use downstairs as like the headboard for the bed. I don't playtest my builds, so I can't say if it works or not, but I hope it does, because I've seen other people do it before, so I hope it will work. I mean, you can always like delete the couch and get rid of it, but I thought it was like a really cool thing to do. And I also used the dresser from Werewolves to make like a custom cute little like dresser area here, and I absolutely love how this turned out. It's super simple, but it's so good and it looks really cozy, so it made me really happy when I got the idea for it. And we're just adding some clutter, and then we're going to move on to some like details, and then we are going to go to the last room, which is the like teenagers kids bedroom, which is right next to this one. So one of the doors is here, and the next one is like just around the corner. So that's what I meant when I said that it's accessible from the outside. And I really like the way it turned out. It's not a house that I would like to live in, because it's very not my style, because I love like mid-century modern Scandi vibes. But I think it's really cool. Like a vacation here would be nice, you know, with like all the greenery around and the beautiful waterfalls just around the corner. It'd be perfect. I used this curtain from, I believe, movie Hangout, which I don't think I've ever used before, especially the swatch, and I really loved the way it looked here. I went with like a blue-pink color scheme inspired by that curtain, and I love the way it looks in this space. Anyway, we're almost at the end of today's speed build. If you want to download this build, you can get it on the gallery. My ID is michaelasimsyt, or you can get the tray files in the description box below on my Ko-fi page. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It would mean a lot to me. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video as much as I enjoyed making it, and I will see you in my next speed build. Bye!